And welcome to the off-season changes video here for our coming up into season 7 of the NASCAR Heat 5. So, obviously the Xfinity series pictures will not be updated, but they will be eventually. So I'll just go through the drivers' names, even though their pictures will not match the cars. So the 23 of Anthony Alfredo will be racing, as well as Justin Allgaier in the 7, Marco Andretti in the 39. Trevor Bayne will take over the 18 car from Drew Dollar for this season. Josh Berry will remain in the 8 car for JR Motorsports. Tony Bradinger will remain in the 22 car for Team Penske. Brandon Brown will remain in the 68. Landon Castle will remain in the 10 car. Jeremy Clements will stay in the 51. Then our next big change, the Sheldon Creed will take over the 2 car from Myatt Snyder. After a disappointing season from Myatt, Sheldon Creed will take over that car and try to bring them back to the playoffs. And number 2, Whelen Chevrolet. And Jeffrey Earnhardt stays in the 0. Grant Enfinger stays in the 13. Chad Fincham stays in the 61. Joe Graf Jr. stays in the 07. Justin Haley stays in the 11. Corey Heim stays in the 20. Riley Herbst stays in the 98. And the next driver change will be the 21 of Austin Hill, replacing the former JD Motorsports number 15, which is of course driven by Colby Howard. Now the 21 of Austin Hill will drive it this season. So that'll be both RCR cars are now in, so that should be fun to see how they do. Then Timmy Hill stays in the 19, Tyler Hill stays in the 66, Carson Hocevar stays in the 16, Quinn Howe stays in the 4, Jesse Iwuji stays in the 54, Alex LeBay stays in the 36, Jesse Little stays in the 78, Tommy Joe Martin stays in the 44, and then Sam Mayer will remain in the 1, but with the new paint scheme, Accelerate Professional Talent Solutions will be taking over the sponsorship of that car. Then we, of course, will be back in number 88 Helmet Chevrolet for our McQueen Motorsports number 88, so we will be back to try to defend our championship. Then Matt Mills will be in the number 5. Brett Moffitt will be in the 02. Stephen Parsons will be in the 99. Ben Rhodes will stay in the 9. Then Myatt Snyder goes from the 2 for RCR to the 31 for Jordan Anderson Racing. And then number 31, Tax Slayer Chevrolet. Be interesting to see how he will do this season. Then Ryan Truex stays in the 26 car. Ryan Vargas stays in the 6. And Josh Williams stays in the 92. And now we have just finished our Xfinity Series section of the off-season changes video. Now we are going to head to the NASCAR Cup Series off-season changes for our Legend season. That starts right now. And welcome to the NASCAR Cup Series portion of the off-season changes video. And now we will start for our Legend season. We will still have some of the drivers from last season, as of course we don't have every Legend paint scheme to fill up the whole roster. So Christopher Bell will remain in the 45 for 2311 Racing. Ryan Blaney will remain in the 12 for Team Penske. And our first Legend, it's going to be a fictional driver. It's going to be good old Ricky Bobby from Talladega Nights. Ricky Bobby, shake and bake, baby. It's coming to the NASCAR Cup Series in Season 7. Ricky Bobby, number 26 Wonder Bread Chevrolet, will be in the season. It's going to be exciting. And then Harrison Burton will remain in his number 20 Joe Gibbs Toyota for next season. Then Kurt Busch is our next Legend driver, the number 97 Sharpie Ford from when he won the 2004 NASCAR Cup Series Championship. That paint scheme has been brought back for Season 7. Kurt Busch, the number 97 Roush Ford for Season 7. Then our next Legend will be Kyle Busch, who of course stays in the series. And then number 18 M&M's Toyota, Kyle Busch will race against his brother once again. Then Ross Chastain will stay in the number 1 Clover Chevrolet. Cole Custer will stay in the number 29 Jimmy John's Ford. Then our next Legend driver is going to be Dale Earnhardt Jr., the number 8 Budweiser Chevrolet from 2004. We have brought it back for this season. Dale Jr., most popular driver, ready to make a run at the championship. The number 8 DEI Chevrolet. And then next we have the Intimidator, Dale Earnhardt Sr., the man himself. The Intimidator is back for our Legend season here in Season 7. It is going to be exciting to see him out there. Their next legend is the 99 of Carl Edwards. That should be exciting to see. Number 9 Office Depot Ford. See how he will do this season. Then Chase Elliott will stay in the number 9 Napa Chevrolet. Todd Gilliland will stay in the number 38 Speedy Cash Ford Mustang. Their next legend is Jeff Gordon. The Rainbow Warrior number 24 is back, as well as one of his alternates here is going to be the DuPont Flames from the early 2000s. That will be here as well. So, Jeff Gordon can race against Dale Earnhardt. That rivalry will be revived, and we will see that. That'll be interesting. Then Noah Gragson stays in number 47, Kroger Chevrolet. Kaz Grala stays in number 61, Clover Chevrolet. Their next legend is Denny Hamlin is back to the Cup Series, and then his iconic number 11 FedEx Toyota. And then you're going to have Kevin Harvick, who returns, the number 4 Busch Light Ford Mustang. Then Daniel Hemrick will stay in the number 16 Hyper Ice Chevrolet. Timmy Hill will stay in the number 66 MBM Toyota. Then our next legend driver will be Jimmy Johnson, who of course last season for most of us was in the number 25. Now he's back in his original number, the number 48 Lowe Chevrolet. Jimmy Johnson will compete for a championship, as well as our next legend is going to be the Matt Kenseth and the number 17 DeWalt Ford. He returns to the NASCAR Cup Series. And that DeWalt scheme from, I believe, 2003. It's somewhere around there, but I think it's 2003, where Matt Kenseth won the championship, so he will be in this season. Then Brad Keselowski returns to the number 2 car for Team Penske, sponsored by Discount Tire. Then our next legend will be Alan Kulwicki in the number 7 Hooters Ford, your 1992 NASCAR champion. He is now here to return for the Legend season in the NASCAR Cup Series. That will be exciting to see. Then Kyle Larson stays in number 5 HendrickCars.com Chevrolet, your 2021 champion. Then Joey Logano stays in number 22 Shell Pennzoil Ford, the 2018 champion. And then we're going to have the 40 will be Sterling Marlin returns, the number 40 Coors Light Chevrolet for Chip Ganassi Racing. That will be very interesting to see how Sterling Marlin does in this Legends season. Then one of our original drivers stays at 34, Michael McDowell in the Loves Ford Mustang. Then now we're about to reveal our brand new team that we have signed with for season number 7. And that is going to be RFK Racing to drive the number 6 Kohler Ford Mustang. We have moved from JR Motorsports to RFK Racing after the end of last season. So now we will try to win a championship in a Ford for RFK Racing. There's our primary paint scheme, Kohler generators. And we have some other paint schemes as well. We have guaranteed rates right here. We have our Detroit Lions Ford Mustang. That goes along with, of course, the sponsor of the team, which is Ford. Then we have our number 6 Fastenal Ford Mustang. Then number 6 Worth Ford Mustang. And then the Kohler Generators Throwback, which is a very pixelated, not good looking Mark Martin throwback, which we will not use, but I just put it in there for just the sake of it. And then we have, of course, a Kohler Generators Patriotic. Our Kraft Mac and Cheese Ford Mustang now. Then we have Wyndham Rewards, Progressive, Socios.com, Kohler Generators Patriotic, but without the Patriotic nameplate. Then Acorns will be one of our sponsors, as well as IT Savvy, Oscar Mayer, Coca-Cola, Roman, Castrol GTX Full Synthetic, Violet Defense, Kohler Generators Pink, Castrol Pink, and last but not least, the Kohler Generators Halloween paint scheme. Then our next legend driver will be the 21 of David Pearson. He'll be running the Motorcraft Quick Lane car that Matt DiMatteo ran in real life, but David Pearson will be driving that 21 because it, of course, resembles his paint scheme from when he was racing for the Wood Brothers, so he will be our next legend. Then the 44 of Kyle Petty is in the series for Richard Petty Motorsports. He'll be there with of course, in the Hot Wheels Chevrolet, but he'll be there, of course, with his father, the King, Richard Petty, 7-time champion, 200 career wins. The King was back for Season 7 in number 43 STP Chevrolet. Then Ryan Preece will stay in number 10 Hunt Brothers Ford. Dave Garrett Smithley will stay in the number 53 car. Then our next legend is Tony Stewart, the number 14 Office Depot Ford Mustang. For Stewart Haas Racing from when he won his championship in 2011 with his own team. And then Daniel Suarez will stay in the number 41 car. Then we have Cole Trickle, of course, which was at the last 6 or so races of last season, number 51 Mellow Yellow Chevrolet. Another fictional driver that will be in this Legend season. Then we have Martin Truex Jr. returning to his number 19 Bass Pro Shops Toyota. Then Bubba Wallace will stay in the number 23 DoorDash Toyota. And our final legend will be good old Michael Waltrip in the number 15 Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet for DEI. Now we will just quickly scroll back to ourselves in the number 6 machine. And so now, this is the end of the off-season changes portion of the video, but after this we'll have the official schedule release from NASCAR, and that will be starting right now. And welcome to the third and final part of this off-season changes video for Season 7. And so now we go over the schedule for next season. So, breaking news, NASCAR has announced a completely new schedule and format for Season 7. 21 races will be on NASCAR Heat 5, and 15 races will be on NASCAR 21 Ignition for the NASCAR Cup Series. Stage points will be awarded as normal. Race points will be awarded 40 points for first place, 39 points for second place, 38 points for third, etc., all the way down to 1 point for 40th place. And there will be no truck season. It will only be the Xfinity Series, which will be all on NASCAR Heat 5, and the NASCAR Cup Series will be on a mix of NASCAR Heat 5 and NASCAR 21 Ignition. So here is the schedule for next season. The NASCAR schedule release. The regular season, Daytona 500 will be on NASCAR Heat 5. Auto Club, second race of the season will be on NASCAR Heat 5. Sonoma, third race of the season will be on NASCAR 21 Ignition. Las Vegas will be on NASCAR 21 Ignition. Phoenix will be on NASCAR 21. Atlanta will be on Heat 5. Dover will be on Heat 5. Circuit of the Americas will be on NASCAR 21 Ignition. Richmond will be on NASCAR 21 Ignition. Martinsville will be on Heat 5. Bristol Dirt will be on Ignition. Talladega will be on Heat 5. Darlington will be on Heat 5. Kansas will be on Ignition. Homestead will be on Heat 5. Charlotte will be on Heat 5. Chicago will be on Heat 5. Road America will be in Ignition. New Hampshire will be on Ignition as well. Pocono will be on Heat 5. Kansas will be on Heat 5. Watkins Glen and Michigan and Richmond will all be on Ignition. Texas will be on Heat 5. And the regular season finale at Daytona will also be on Heat 5. And for the playoffs, the round of 16 starts with Darlington will be on Heat 5. Atlanta is the second race of the round of 16. That will be on Heat 5. And then Bristol is the round of 16 cutoff race. That will also be on Heat 5. From the round of 12, first race Las Vegas, that will be on NASCAR 21 Ignition. Then second race will be the Indy Road Course, that will be on Ignition as well. And then the cutoff race will be at Talladega on Heat 5. And then the round of 8, Dover will be on Heat 5. The Charlotte Roval will be on Ignition. Martinsville will be on Heat 5. And the championship race returns to Homestead, and that will be on Heat 5 for season number 7. And that is the end of this off-season changes video. And until next time, for the Daytona 500 and the Xfinity Series season opener, have a good one.